everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kitty Cat and we are back with another video. Thank you so much for joining us today. Alright y'all, so this topic is near and dear to my heart because this is something I still struggle with, but I have made it work for me. This topic is something that I think a lot of us struggle with because we live in such a busy world and we're all spread so thin. We're doing this, we're doing that, we're driving here, we're going there, we're picking up the kids, we're doing everything, right? Today's video is all about time management, and to make it even more specific, how to get to work on time, okay? So I want this video to be a professional resource for you and something that you can, use in your day-to-day life so you don't get fired from your job. I got you, right? Quick story time. And why I feel like I'm one of the best people to kind of give this advice. When I went to college, my tardiness, I was always late before I went to college, but then when I got to college, it got worse. Because when you're in college, you can go to class whenever you want, it doesn't matter. So I was late to everything, including my jobs. And I remember I would get written up at my jobs, and they'd be like, "You've been late like several times." And I'd be like, "Whatever, like I'm living my life." But then, I remember when I worked at Clinique, I was at a Clinique that was inside of a Macy's, and if you've ever worked for Macy's, you lose points every single time you're late, you miss a shift, whatever. I think at Macy's, like, you start off with I think 11 points or something, or 10 points, I can't remember, but I was down to I had 2 points left. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I almost lost my job at Clinique. If I had been late 2 more times, would have got the cut, would have got the boot. So when I went to my next job, I was like, "Kitty Cat, girl, we need to be on time." Even the job I have now, there's a point system. So it's like, I gotta be on time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is so to lose your job over something like punctuality. You know what I mean? Like, because that's something that's in your control. All you had to do was maybe leave your house a few minutes earlier and you would have been on time. It's not something like performance-based. Now that that's out of the way, I am a reformed, late all the time to work person, and I'm this new boss babe, and I'm early, okay? I'm early these days, and I want to share with you all what works for me, and I hope that I can help you out in some way. I know we all have a hard time managing work and play. I know there's a lot of people who don't like going to their jobs, so they try to avoid it, and then they end up being late. I've been there, but I got you. I've got the tools, okay? So the first thing I want you to think about, I got my notes here. First thing I want you to think about is A, how long does it take you to get to work? B, how long does it take you to get ready? And C, how long does it take you to prepare your lunch for that day, maybe your work clothes, maybe you have to go drop your kids off at school. Think about all those things. Are you late by 10 minutes? Are you late by 20 minutes, half an hour? That is a really great indicator right there of telling you if you're 10 minutes late, you need to start leaving your house 10 minutes early. So what I started to adopt into my life, little by little, I started to just wake up earlier. I hated it at first, but I did it in small chunks. Say I needed to be up by 7:30 to go to work. I would start, let's try 7:15 and then 7. And then I realized, wow, I'm not rushing out the door, saying bad things, hurting people's feelings because I've got all this anxiety about being late to work. It really helped calm down my mornings, and it's really made things be a lot more smooth. Realistically, how long does it really take you to get ready? 30 minutes? Okay, well then maybe give yourself an hour. Maybe give yourself an hour and a half. Like, whatever time you're lacking, add that to, put that all together. For example, you need to leave for work by 7 a.m. Maybe you should try to actually be ready at 6:45 or try to be ready at 6:30. This one might not be very popular, but my second tip is to have multiple alarms. I don't know about you, but I am not the type to, not even on my days off, I can't just, hit snooze, I'm up, let's enjoy the day. No, I need a minute. I need to wake up. I need to lay down for a second. I need to feel comforted. I need to wake up. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I'll set alarms for like 30 minutes, going off every 10 minutes or something, just to remind me, like, hey girl, You still have time before you need to get up, but like, it's just kind of a mental thing. So I'll set a couple of alarms before I really need to get up, and I'll be like, hey girl, you're awake, you know? So at least you're awake, you're conscious. I get up a little earlier and just snooze it. You know, I'm not going back to sleep. I'm just kind of laying there, you know, because I need that. Tip number 3, always have a backup plan. I'm not really the type of person where like, I don't get ready the night before. I'm way too beat by the time I get off work and get home and eat. I'm like, the last thing I want to do is pack a lunch, iron my clothes, figure out what I'm wearing. That's the last thing I want to do. So I make more time for it in the morning because I know that's what I'm doing. So always have a backup plan. So like when I'm doing my makeup, I'll think about like, okay, I think I might wear that sweater with that skirt. Okay, you know, I start thinking mentally about what I'm gonna wear. Have a backup plan. Say you wake up late and you don't have time to do your makeup. You got to have that go-to makeup look that you know you can get done in 15 minutes, or you didn't have time to make a lunch. Do you have some extra cash that you can go get a lunch, you know, when you get to work or when you go on your lunch break? Or do you have something like a dress, or, you know, maybe some pants or something that you don't have to iron, something you can just throw on and it's not look like a ragamuffin? You know, you got to have a game plan. You got to have backup plans, because you know what? We all oversleep. We don't want to get ready. You know, sometimes we're slower. Maybe the kids are, you know, fighting in the morning and they're not getting ready. We don't know. There's so much that goes on in the mornings. It's absolutely ridiculous. So you always just got to make sure that you got a backup plan just in case anything happens. My last and final tip is get up earlier. Like, get up earlier. And I know that's hard to hear. I remember I would never give myself enough time. I know in the morning I want to take my time. I don't like to feel rushed. I like things to feel smooth. I like things to flow. I like things to be seamless. It was really hard for me at first. I would only give myself an hour and a half to get ready before I actually had to leave for work. And I started getting up 30 minutes earlier. So I get up 2 hours before I have to leave. And I've come to find that 2 hours is perfect. It's enough time for me to get in the shower, do my hair, do my makeup, iron my clothes, make my lunch, make breakfast, and leave on time, or even leave a little early sometimes. Sometimes I leave earlier than I need to, and then I get to work earlier, which is great, which is good. Even if you don't like your job, it's always good to be early, because, you know, that saying, when you're on time, you're late. And be careful with the leaving on time. Like, say it only takes you 30 minutes to get to your job. Don't leave at 9:30 and try and get there at 10. There could be an accident. Your car might not start. You might have forgotten you needed to go get gas. Like, don't leave it till that 30 minutes. You know, sometimes we got to push it like that, and it is what it is. But if you could just wake up a little earlier, even if you just left 5 minutes earlier than you normally do, or 15 minutes earlier than you normally do, you might have time to go to Starbucks. You might have time to take a cute selfie before you go in. You might have time to, you know, do a quick meditation or something before you go and, you know, start your day at work. This is your life, and, you know, time is something that we never get back. It's not worth losing your job for being late, so you might as well roll in a couple minutes early. You don't have to show up half an hour early. You don't even have to show up 15 minutes earlier. But if you can show up, you know, 5-10 minutes earlier, not only is your morning going to go a lot smoother, you're going to be respected more by your employer, because they're going to see, like, wow, instead of this person trailing in every, you know, 10 minutes late every day, this person's coming in 10 minutes early. That means this person's reliable. I can depend on them. Maybe I should give them a raise. Maybe they deserve a promotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are things that employers look at. That's just my 2 cents on all of that. I have really gotten my time management down for going to work. In real life, I'm still working on that. But going to work, y'all, when it comes to the money, you got to be on time, okay? When it's your money, you have to be on time. When it's not your money, you show up when you want to. Well, depending on who your friends are. Anyways, yes. All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do you have any tips for time management? How do you get places on time? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, leave me a comment. I'd love to chat with you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.